Good afternoon and welcome back. This afternoon we're going to be meeting a few more of our faculty members here from campus, and I guess I would just like to share with you, our viewers, that I'm not an alumna of the college but have worked here for almost 5 years and continue to be impressed on a daily basis with the level of care that all of our faculty members show each and every one of our students. It's truly heartwarming. So I think that all of you who are friends and alumnus of the college can be very pleased and happy to know that that tradition continues to this day.
Absolutely. And I can speak firsthand to what Kathleen has said as a former student and advisee of the Marmes that whom we'll be speaking with in just a few minutes. They're great people and just always have an ear and always are helpful, especially when you're like me and you're really bombing in your stats class. I think a lot of my friends and I had a very similar experience in some of Mrs. Marme's classes. So we'll turn over to them now. We did a pre-recorded Zoom call with them earlier and are going to share that. All right, well, welcome, Dr. and Mrs. Marme. It's wonderful to see you both via Zoom. Thanks so much for joining us today.
Oh, you bet.
You bet.
All right, well, you were, like we've mentioned, oh, and who's this? Who's joined us?
There is.
I was going to say, we have an addition.
I love
We have
that.
an addition, and
He just wandered in the room. So
Good.
Aw.
This is one of the joys of Zoom calls. You get to meet people, pets and family. It's great.
he is grungy at
And
best.
I planted roses the other day, and he dug up 2 of them. So,
All right, there you go.
But he feels proud.
It's good. That's good.
so.
All right, we'll go ahead and dive into the 3 questions for you. Number 1, a lot of spouses and partners are working from home with each other right now. You've been working at Augustana, though, together for some time, even though in different departments. Any advice for these newcomers to the working together world?
You know, it's funny. I mean, the thing is that we've known one another for so long. I think it's just a matter of you have to be patient and understanding, because we had to work out the logistics when we moved home, just in terms of like.
No, that part I have to say. What you have to do. That's a secondary thing. But my advice, if you are working together from, at home, like we have, is you take a quick look at what is a better spot for you and you grab it before the other person
Yes.
thinks about it.
This used to
So
be my
I
office.
stole his office.
This used to be my office. It was
I literally stole his office.
it was
So-
invaded and she staked her claim and so
And as Sam, you've been to my office. It is not ever pristine. Okay, I have stacks of paper pretty much on every flat surface.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
the way I've claimed my area over here is by doing exactly the same
Yep.
thing.
Yep.
I have
So-
3 stacks of advising stuff over there. I've got my classes on the desk.
Yep.
He can't
So-
come in.
So in short, we don't have really any advice whatsoever.
It sounds like you could use some advice. know?
Exactly.
No, I think this is working out very well for
Yeah.
me.
I'm sure you do. I'm sure
No,
you do.
I know it's been fine, and I'm up in the guest room upstairs,
Yeah.
and I'm perfectly happy. So,
He
All
sits
right.
with his guitars. How can
well,
he do
that's the bad part. I'm right down the hall from where I've got all my instruments and stuff like that. So, staying on task is a little harder than it is in the office.
But
Office.
on a serious note, it really is something that we have kind of worked out, and
Sure.
figuring out when to draw the line, because especially working together at Augustana means that we are going through the same things at work and coming back home, figuring out where to draw the line.
Yeah.
As to, that's enough discussion. This
Yeah.
is now, let's do the home discussion at that point.
Good.
Uh,
Yeah, some balance there. That's good.
Yeah.
Very good. All right, Kathleen.
Okay, so what do the 2 of you most enjoy about working in Augustana? Can you
My
hear me?
students.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yes. Just watching my students and interacting with them. And so there is that sense of connection that when they first come to when they graduate, watching them outside,
Yeah.
Being able to tease them when they're in the hallway, and
Or-
knowing how they're growing
Yeah.
through the process.
Yeah. Yeah.
By far. Yeah. So.
Very much so, and I think that's just it. And the other thing is that one of the things that drew me to Augustana, we were already engaged when I came, so we didn't meet at Augustana. We've known one another since 1982, but this is also home for me. I grew up in the area, and so that's the other thing.
Yeah.
That our house is a house I used to play in as a kid. It's 7 blocks from where I grew up, and so the point is that it's the students, and it's also that this is home. I mean, there are very few small town yokels who can teach in a university or a college and be pretty much right back where they started.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Great. All right. Your third question is, you've both been teaching at Augie for quite some time now, and you have a fan club, I would say, among our alumni who remember you either helping them through stats or econ or with an advising issue. I might be one of those alumni. Do you have anything that you would like to say to any of them who are watching from home?
Stay in touch.
Yes.
Send us an email. It's kind of neat. Some out of the blue, we'll get an email from a student I haven't heard from in 15 years, and it really is. It's wonderful. And so it's always good to hear from alumni. We have very close contact with some, and others, they'll just kind of out of the blue send us a note or what have you, and it's always a good thing to hear back.
I want to say something about my students.
Okay.
We came from Champaign, big place. We were considered good teachers there, etc. But coming to Augustana, it's a small place. Right? So a lot of people who told me that, oh, be careful, you're going to a small college, people are more critical, kids don't like change that much. And from the very first term that I taught at Augustana, I can't question my students. Okay, from the very first term, they were about the most welcoming group that I could have had, okay? And so through the years, students have changed, etc. But that feeling, so there's a very soft spot for every single one of the alum. My problem is I can remember faces and I can remember names, but they don't always go together.
Oh no,
so I will remember where they sat in a room.
Mamata is really scary because it'll be a student from 20 years ago, and she will remember who they sat with and how they studied and all kinds.
But then I turn to him and say, "Oh, was that?" Because he remembers names, and I can't. I once he says the name, then I remember the name.
I can't remember anything else.
I can't put those two together.
Well, then you're a good pair. That's a good couple.
Yeah, I'm going to tell my alum, the alum, just put a label next to you.
That's
so no, I'm just grateful for having known all of them. Every once in a while, not all of them, but all of them. Okay, in general.
Yeah.
We've been very, very lucky. It's been a good group, and no questions.
Wonderful.
Yep.
Well, thank you. Is there anything else that you would like to add, Mamata or Chris?
No, this is wonderful, and we, of course, in terms of this campaign, we think it's a wonderful thing, and fully support it.
We are grateful to all the alums, all the students, all the parents, all the community donors. I kind of went in there and checked it out. So
she did her homework.
I did my homework. So anyway, but we are grateful for that kind of support, and so that's it.
Thank you. Well, we're grateful for you for all that you do for Augie and our students, and keep in touch with those alums. It's great. So thanks so much for taking some time out of your day, and we hope you stay safe, and we'll see you soon.
Okay.
Thank you.
You too. Thank you both. Thanks, Kathleen.
Thank you.
Bye.
Yep.
Again, thanks to the two of them for joining us this afternoon. It's again so nice to see the dedication from all of our faculty members for our students here on campus.
It really is. It really is. So thanks for taking the time. Really appreciate that. All right. Well, this afternoon we're wrapping up from campus, but we will be back tomorrow with 2 more guests. In the morning, we'll be hearing from Brandon Tidwell from our Human Resources Department here on campus. They're, of course, doing a lot of things on campus right now to make sure that all of us are safe as we are employees coming back in a bit of a scattered function. But we're learning more about that every day and are taking the proper precautions. And then we'll speak tomorrow afternoon with Dr. Jessica Schultz, who is formerly of the psychology department. Many of our younger alumni will remember Dr. Schultz from their classes. She was always a favorite among the faculty for students going through psych classes. And now she works in the academic affairs office as an associate dean. So we'll ask her 3 questions tomorrow afternoon at 4.
And it'll be our final production.
Our final production, because we are sure you're not sick of us, though.
And if you are, it's quickly coming to an end.
Yes, don't worry. You only have 1 more day. So we'll see you then. Have a great night.